What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joeywerk, and I'm back, baby. We're going to run through the entire slate for tomorrow. That is Thursday, April 6th. This will be my first full rundown of the MLB regular season, so I am quite excited. Not sure about you guys. I'll give my best bets and my thoughts on every single game for tomorrow. Last time you did see me was last night where I gave one free play out, which was the Brewers first 5 minus a half. That was a loss, unfortunately. Corbin Burns got smacked. The Mets handled scoring. The Mets basically scored 0 runs, 18 innings the first 2 games. They come back and smack Corbin Burns, the Brewers ace, which I did not expect. But the Brewers offense definitely showed up, and that's for sure. 4 runs through 5. You thought that was enough. They scored 2 extra in the bottom of the 6, so they scored 6 runs through 5. If you told me they scored 6 runs through 5, I say cash that ticket, right? But that was a loss, unfortunately. But that's why, it pays to be a Run Pure Bets subscriber. I gave out 2 other official plays. One was a winner. The other one is looking good so far, still pending. So I'll be a 2-1 on the day. Obviously, the free play I gave out will be a loser. All Run Pure Bets subscribers should be pretty happy, though. I do appreciate everybody checking in already in the chat. My guy, Robert, River Rat, Jay from, what up? Well, Johnny Nelson in the building. Oh, wow. I'm happy that Johnny Nelson graced me with his presence. What a guy, right? But, I am in my card office, high stake breaks. If you guys are into sports cards, definitely follow us. Give me a follow on the Instagram, on the Twitter, mainly Instagram. We do live breaks 5-6 nights a week, every single week. We do UFC, a lot of UFC, baseball, football, some basketball as well, and some hockey. We're on Whatnot and also on TikTok, but it's high stake breaks on Instagram. We post where we're going to go live, so I do appreciate that. Otherwise, let's get into this slate. Appreciate everyone watching, everybody hanging out. First game is Boston versus Detroit. Chris Sale versus Spencer Turnbull. Speaking of 2 pitchers who looked like absolute dog shit in their first starts, here you go. Holy hell. I expect both. I did expect both of them to struggle out the gate because Turnbull missed the entire 2022, and Sale only started, I want to say it's 10 games the last 2 seasons. Don't exactly quote me on that number, but it's somewhere around, 9, 10, 11, 12 games the last two seasons. So first start out, Sale obviously gave up 7 runs at home versus the Orioles. Crazy shit happened where the left fielder just dropped the ball. We were on the Orioles in that start. We faded Sale to start. It was the right play on my end. Eventually, we did lose that game. But he struck out 6 batters, but his command was all over the place. He walked a couple batters, hit a batter. So I really don't trust Chris Sale. And Turnbull was even worse. He gave up 7 runs in Tampa Bay. He only struck out 3, walked 3. I mean, never mind the starters, but I think both these teams really stink. And they should be near the bottom of the standings come the end of the year. The Red Sox have been the better offense as of late, but the Tigers hit pretty good. And we're in the top half versus lefties last year. So this is the Tigers' home opener, while it's the Red Sox first game on the road. So you take that with a grain of salt. Slight lean with the Tigers here. The number, let me just pull up the number real fast. Plus 130, plus 135 is best available on the Tigers. So it's definitely slightly under over set at 8. Slightly in with the Tigers, but I am going to likely pass over. I'm not totally against the over. It is a 1:00 game. Home opener in Detroit. I'm not against an over. If you're betting unders right now, it's kind of tough betting unders. You got to pick your spots, that's for sure. Either the ball's juiced or the new pitch clock rule. It is definitely favoring the offense, but we will see. Okay, on to the next game here. I have the Marlins versus the Mets. This is the Mets home and opener. Familiar face in Edward Cabrera, who pitched against them 5 days ago. He has had, he had a really good season last year, 14 starts, under 3 ERA, over a strikeout per inning. He throws 5 different pitches, good velocity, impressive changeup. In his first start of the season, he pitched against his Met team. He did struggle. He only threw 85 pitches, 40 of them being strikes. So 45 of them were walks or balls. He walked 6 batters in that start. I mean, it's awfully tough to win a game walking 6 batters. I'll tell you that, especially with the new rules, all the stolen bases. Batters are scoring position before you even know it. So, and his numbers versus the Mets in his career are overall not really good. He pitched 9 innings versus them with 9 earned runs in 2021, 5 innings in 2022, 3 earned runs, and then obviously 4 innings thus far and 2 earned runs in 2023. So that's in 18 innings. He gave up 14 earned runs in his career versus Mets team. A team, again, he just faced 5 days ago, as I said. So on the Mets side, they get Tylen McGill, who made his first start this season versus the same team in Miami, in the Marlins. Another guy who struggled with his command, and he did so in spring training a lot. He managed to get through 5 innings in his first start versus Marlins. He allowed 2 earned, 7 strikeouts. He does throw 5 different pitches, and the Marlins have been pretty good. BVP versus him, but I personally don't trust either of these starters right now. If I had to pick, it would definitely be Cabrera's side, but the bullpens both have sucked thus far this year, especially the Marlins, arguably the second, third worst bullpen in baseball so far. So I do lean towards the over. I prefer full game, but likely will stay away there. Gary, what up, my guy? How we doing, baby? All right, next game we have is the Giants versus White Sox. Lefty Alex Wood versus Lance Lynn. This will be Alex Wood. First start of the season. I'm pretty sure his last start was March 22nd. He did pretty good in that start. He struck out 6 in 5 scoreless innings. His numbers in spring training overall were pretty damn good as well. But his numbers in 2022 were less than impressive. His ERA, 3 of the last 4 years have been over 5. So this guy is definitely on the decline of his career. A guy who, he only has 3 pitches, which is basically the problem. He throws a sinker, which he uses almost 50% of the time, and then a slider changeup. The White Sox haven't seen much of him because he's predominantly pitched in the National League, but they do dominate lefties. Top 5 in on-base percentage versus lefties the last 2 years. On the other end, we get the workhorse and Team USA pitcher, Lance Lynn. He's been really good each of the last 5 years. He eats innings, strikes out a lot of batters, and he's got that oomph. He wants to win every time he's out there. He'll grab his balls. He'll do whatever you have to do. He talks a lot of shit. I kind of like that. This is his first start of the year. He looked like he's already ready to roll. I know it wasn't his best performance, but he threw nearly 100 pitches in that start. He pitched against the Astros. He struck out 6 batters. He did walk 4, which I'm not really worried about. The walks he did pitch. This game was in Houston. I'm not really worried about the walks because in 21 starts in 2022, he only walked more than 2 batters, I think, once. So I think he'll lock in tomorrow, limit the walks. He also gets a much easier lineup in the San Francisco Giants rather than the Houston Astros, and he's at home here. So long-term, I think this White Sox bullpen will be better than it is as of right now. They have been terrible to start and not someone I could trust. Obviously, shout out Liam Hendricks. Looks like he is cancer-free. I would imagine he'll try to get on the field if he can, so shout him out before I, get into the play. But so I'll do as I usually do. I'll keep this to a first 5. Official play will be Chicago White Sox. First 5, -0.5, +105 via FanDuel. Robert says, I'm seeing Mets games postponed. Yeah, the Mets game may be postponed. I know they already canceled the Yankees game. They already canceled like 5 games for tomorrow. Since when does MLB do this? Like, they never did this last year. They waited until the game started and it started raining. They canceled. Yeah, the Mets game's already postponed. Phillies game's postponed. Yankees game, Baltimore's game's postponed. So they already postponed 3 games for tomorrow, guys. Yeah, that's crazy. The weather is not even fucking raining. I'm in New Jersey right here. It's not even raining, bro. Shit's crazy. But, I mean, I don't know. Whatever, dude. They cancel the home opener. They don't want people to go there for – I guess I understand the home opener. They don't want everybody traveling. God forbid you travel from Jersey, from wherever you're traveling from, you go there, and they cancel the game and they say reschedule. But I understand. Stroh's Twins postponed as well. Jesus. They postponed half the fucking games. All right. Next one we have is Blue Jays Royals. This is the last game of a 4-game set between these two teams. Starting pitching matchup, Kevin Gausman versus Jordan Lyles. Gausman obviously worked his way out of trouble in his first start, but he did get the loss. He allowed 3 runs over 6 innings, 8 hits in that start, 7 strikeouts. We know he has really good stuff and a very high strikeout potential. He gets a favorable matchup here versus the Royals, who fucking scored 0 runs right now. I think the last I was watching, they scored 0 runs. They have the lowest batting average in baseball, second lowest on-base percentage, lowest slugging percentage in baseball, and he has pretty good BVP versus this team, striking them out over 35% of the time, keeping their average under the Mendoza line of 200. On the other end, it is the ace for the Royals, I guess you could say, which is quite funny. I mean, maybe not after Greinke pitched fucking pretty damn good again tonight, but Jordan Lyles gets the ball. And do the Blue Jays have good numbers versus this guy? Holy hell. I'll answer my own question. Yes, they do. Over 130 at-bats, almost a 400 x-weighted on-base percentage, slugging over 500 versus Jordan Lyles. Bullpens for both teams have been pretty good to start the season. Obviously, the offense is better on the Blue Jays end. I like the Blue Jays here, but very juiced. Even if I tried to attack the first 5, it is very juiced. Under over set at 8.5 in that game. minus 205, minus 182 is the best I'm seeing on the money line. Obviously, if you guys know me, if you follow me for years, I don't bet over minus 130. I'll just find a different way to attack the game, find a different way to get a winner. So minus 200, no thank you. Do I think the Blue Jays win? Yes. Even the first 5, you lay half run, it's minus 140, minus 150. So I'm not going to attack that game. I do think the Blue Jays win. If you want to take a minus a run and a half, I'm not totally against that because that's an official play that I gave out tonight. Was the Blue Jays minus 1.5 because they are on the road, the better the team. That's something I would do for a road team, obviously not a home team, but that's where I'm at on that game. Next game I have is Nationals versus the Rockies. Home openers for Rockies here who have lost 4 straight. They did play the Dodgers and Padres, so maybe take it with a little bit of grain of salt, but here's a much easier matchup against the Nationals. Also, the first away game for the Nationals, who played 6 straight home games to begin the season without an off day, too. They did play today versus the Rays, headed right to the West Coast, to the elevation, Colorado, and a 4 p.m. start on the East Coast, meaning that's 1 o'clock in Colorado. So they just played a 1 o'clock game, probably got done about 4. By the time they travel, they left at 6 to the West Coast. Another 5 hours will cut it down. They land at about midnight. By the time they get settled 1 in the morning, the game starts at 1. I'm not really into that. Rockies had an off day today. They did travel from LA to Colorado, so not really travel for them, and they had an off day. So let's talk about the starters here. Josiah Gray for the Nationals. Boy, oh boy, has this guy been good the last couple of years? Not. He gives up homers more than my slow pitch softball league. I mean, he gave 3 homers on opening day versus the Braves, 38 homers last year in 28 starts. Never mind his 5 ERA, over 5 ERA the last 2 seasons. Now he's starting at Coors Field. This could be a very short start for my man here. On the other end, Kyle Freeland. His ERA 0. He did pitch good in his first start, but he got to dig a little deeper. He only had 2 swinging strikes in that whole start. He basically leaned on his defense the whole time for 6 scoreless. If he's going to lean on his defense in Coors Field for 6 scoreless, that ain't happen. I'll tell you right now, that ain't happen. And his road home splits tell the story here. He struggles mightily at home. ERA over 6 at home last year. Can't really say I trust either of these teams' bullpens. On paper, I think the Rockies' offense is definitely better. But the Nats have smacked lefties historically. And the start this year, in 95 at-bats this year, they're batting .326 with a .405 on-base percentage versus lefties. If they pound out some hits back-to-back, they could score some runs in Coors Field. So I do have a hard lean to the over. The only thing really holding me back is that whole travel spot that I talked about for the Nationals. They're traveling across country, first travel of the season, first away game, early day. No off day, 10.5 is a low number for Coors Field. So I definitely have a hard lean to the over. I haven't made it official, but I may do so. These Rockies games going to be crazy. A Freeland game. What up, Gerardo Hernandez? Give me the Jays minus 1.5. That's what I gave out today, Johnny Nelson. What's the score? 3-0. We got one more out. The game's over. No, they still got to hit. All right, let's go. Okay, so we got 2 more games here. San Diego versus Atlanta. Blake Snell versus Spencer Strider. Obviously, Padres' first road game into Atlanta for their home opener here. Snell wasn't terrible on opening day, but he definitely wasn't great. He allowed 3 earned runs, 4 1/3 versus the Rockies at home. He only had 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. He did get a lot of Rockies to swing out of the zone. I don't know if you guys watched the game, but I did watch a good portion of the game. I think, is this a spot to is this a spot to back Blake Snell here? Personally, I don't think so. I know he's had a couple good years with the Padres. He's a good guy to bet on at spots. I don't think this is the spot. A Braves team slugging the shit out of the ball in their home opener. Also batting over 300 versus lefties thus far this season and over 70 at-bats. On the other end, Mr. Strider looked really good in his first start. Let's take it with a grain of salt, though. He did face the Nationals. He struck out 9, allowing 3 hits, throwing 96 pitches. So he looks like he's already on a full workload here. I mean, he shouldn't face any restrictions. And he was really, really good at home last year. 2.17 ERA and 70 innings pitched last year at home. Both pens have been pretty good thus far. I definitely lean with the Braves here, but I'm seeing minus 160 is the best line with the Braves. Over is at 7.5. Maybe slightly lean for the over in this game because, obviously San Diego's lineup is much scarier on paper than it has been in previous years. But that's it. I'm probably going to just stay away from that game. On to the last game of the slate after all these fucking cancellations is the Dodgers versus the Diamondbacks. I'm seeing Dodgers minus 150 up to minus 160 in spots. Come back on Arizona plus 130, plus 135. Under over is set at 8.5 with the juice on the over. So this is the Diamondbacks home opener versus the Dodgers, who they opened the season against, but obviously that was in LA. Get a good starting pitching matchup here with Dustin May and Merrill Kelly, who coincidentally both pitched against each other in the first starts of the season. May went 7 innings, allowing 3 hits and 0 runs while striking out 4, while Merrill Kelly only went 3 2/3, scoreless, allowing 3 hits, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The Diamondbacks handed over to the pen early, and they went on to win the game. Kelly has been a guy who prefers to pitch at home, and I prefer to back him at home as his home road splits more than a point difference, while May has preferably been better on the road as well. So Dustin has solid BVP versus Diamondbacks, over 165 at-bats. The Dodgers bat 381 x-weighted on base percentage versus Merrill Kelly. Both guys have a mixture of pitches, 5 each to be exact, and should be able to have success early, I expect. I expect the crowd to be in it in Arizona. This only helps Merrill Kelly's confidence, as is their home opener. They're playing their division rival. I lean with the dog at the price, but I'm going to attack a first 5 here and take an under. I know, scary to take an under, but I'm definitely going with it. We get a nice 4.5 here. Dustin May got a lot of weak contact in his first start, and I expect Kelly to be better, pitch longer than his last start, be better at home opener, get a little motivation here. So official play will be LA Dodgers, Arizona Diamondbacks, first 5 under 4.5, minus 110 via FanDuel. So those are the 2 official plays I'm giving out on here. It'll be White Sox first 5, minus 0.5, plus 105 via BetMGM, and under 4.5. Diamondbacks, Dodgers via FanDuel at minus 110. I'm also, maybe get into this Nationals Rockies game, as I told you, my lean there, but I may just stay away. If you guys have any questions, now's the time to throw them in the chat. Otherwise, you guys will see me on Sunday with JJ and Holden running through the entire slate again. And then again next week, I run videos. Tuesday, normally I give a free play video. Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't exactly know my plan moving forward on which day what video will happen, but one day I'll give you a free video, free play, and the other day I'll do a full slate rundown. That is the plan as of now. I'll also tweet out some free plays for the days that I'm not doing videos, so make sure to follow me on Twitter at Joeywerk. It's seen in the bottom of the screen right here. Look at that. WERK. If you want to sign up, runpurebets.com. Work WERK 15 and get 15% off. Otherwise, yeah, I do appreciate you guys all. Dodgers minus 1.5, take it to the bank. Johnny Nelson. I think Johnny Nelson bets on the Dodgers 162 of the 162 games. So I would not bet what he says. You getting the band back together? Yes, River Rat. Sunday we should be back. I know it is Easter. So I'm not sure what everybody's plans are, but I'm ready to roll. You think the Nats game flies over? Chip, I did go through the Nats game already. You can skim back after I'm done with this recording or video. You can go back and skim back. But I did say my thoughts, and I do heavy lean to the over, yes. Hit the damn like button, yes. Hit the like button before you bounce out. Shout out my guy Tyler. I'll be seeing you soon, Tyler. We're fucking going to Dodgers versus Pirates game, baby. Let's go. Otherwise, yeah, that's what I got. I do appreciate you guys. Hit the like button on the way out. You'll see me on Sunday, hopefully with JJ and Holden. Should be a fun show. Otherwise, yeah. Holden is holding it. Oh, yeah, you remember Mike Carr? I forgot about that. Holden's having an adult Easter egg hunt. What the fuck, Mike? What the fuck is an adult Easter egg hunt? They put, underwear in the eggs, and everyone's got to try them on or something? I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Mike, I don't know if I believe that. It's got to be something weird. But, all right, we're not talking about Holden and this fucking show. I appreciate you all. Hit the like button on the way out. Let's get some more winners, all right? We started season 01, but we can only go up from here on the free plays. Obviously, Run Pure Bet subscribers are doing pretty damn good. Let me just check my record. Where I got it right here. Oh, hold on. Check my record on the spreadsheet. Started the season 12-8 plus 4.67 units for the Run Pure Bet subscribers. Hitting that 60% clip. Pretty good start to season, 20 plays in less than a week. Tomorrow will be the week anniversary of the first game. Again, if you guys didn't know, MLB implemented a rule where you're not allowed to bring anybody or add anybody to the roster for the first 10 days. So, if you look into bullpens, who's gassed and who's not, it definitely has a bigger impact on it. Like Framber Valdez, I was all over him the other day because I knew that Houston bullpen was gassed and they were going to give it to him, and he pitched over 100 pitches in the second start of the year. So, got to get that Waller jersey. That's a great call. I should get a Waller jersey, put it up on the wall. If I start doing videos from here, I'm going to need to get some shit to put on the wall. We'll get the TV out the way, put some cool shit on the wall. I'm just working on what that cool shit should be. So if anybody has any advice, some cool shit to put on the wall, let me know, because I'm down. Otherwise, all right, that's all she wrote. Joey works out. Peace and love, baby.